Truth bombs touch our style. Gossip sharper than a barbershop blade. Box of secrets stacked century made. All up in the business, airing the scroll. Confessions poured fast, out of control. Sip and talk sessions, yeah we unfold. Spilling deep piping as the stories get told. Drama brewed strong, ain't the calf, nah. Twisted tales hotter than grandma's spa. Join Ms. Londa bold with the caps. Tongues doing hate cardio, no nap. All up in the.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Sip and Talk with Miss Londa. I have my co-host joining me today. Welcome, Devon. How are you feeling?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. So we have some stories that we're going to get into and discuss with you guys this evening. And the first one is about Tony Braxton and Tamar Braxton's niece. So I'm going to go on and play the video for you guys. Let's see. See if I can find it.
That I, at the age of 16, did something with her partner at the time. And I have been a nervous wreck to talk about something like this and to tell this story. A, because of my family. B, because I don't want people, it's not to hurt people to tell my story. But at the same time, I've been working through this so much in therapy, and this is something that goes way deep to my core in terms of worthiness and how I feel about myself. And it's been such a journey. And it's that moment of my life where I have to fully confront it and face it and talk about it, but talk about it because I also want to shed light for the women and the men and anybody who has gone through something like this, where you were underage and something in that sort of manner happened in terms of that sort of word of. And I feel like I have to be careful with what I'm saying here because I don't want to be banned from talking about these situations, but also we kind of have to talk about it. I'm also not very good at storytelling, and I'm new to all this, and I'm also trying to get ready at the same time and tell a story. And I feel like the story is quite complicated and detailed, so bear with me here. But yeah, so one of my aunts does not talk to me because I guess she felt like I did something with her partner at that time. And nothing happened, but I'm going to try to tell the story quickly and also not name any names. And so I was with this aunt for the summer with my sister, and I can't remember how much time had passed since we were there in the summer for a little bit of time to when we got home. And when I think it was my stepmother was going through my phone and she found this conversation, this sort of conversation. And she showed it to my dad, and my dad called that aunt, and we spoke about it and we talked about it a little bit. And I remember just a lot of emotions, was a lot going on. I was 16 at the time, and I'm 32 now. I had to think about that. I'm 32 now. And so, oh my God, it's been 16 years. This is wild. Anyway, okay. So yeah, my aunt was there for me. She was very kind and very nice. Was like, I'm so sorry that this happened to you, blah, 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 blah. And not blah, 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 but she was very kind, and it just felt safe, But then as the years had gone by, it's like that mood and that assumption that I didn't do anything because I was a child.
Most people are too lazy to do this, but it saves homeowners a fortune. I worked in construction for 20.
Was not that assumption anymore. And it boggles my mind because it was like, wait, but if it happened or if it was true, then that would make him, you know, and like, you're okay with that? Like, that's what you would like to hear? And I would just never forget how when I got older, I just realized that I really had to take the time and go back to that part of my life and understand how much feeling of like I didn't matter, that I was unworthy. It just felt like love from my family was just cut off and gone. And you're like, but wait, that guy? And it made it even worse because it was like, wait, this guy that was doing this to you on TV? And like, it's kind of in cohorts in the same spirit of what was happening. Not in the same cohorts in the same spirit, but like, you know?
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.
It's so painful. And I know that the ladies, the men, everybody who has experienced this sort of feeling when your family doesn't believe you, or when you're at an age where you shouldn't have been put in that situation to have to navigate it. And however you navigate it was however you navigated it. And this is what I learned in therapy is like how I navigated it and how I dealt with it was how I dealt with it. But the most important thing to understand is that I never should have been put in that spot in the first place. And I think that's the devastating part, is that you realize that you didn't ask for that. You know, I did not ask for that. No matter what, I didn't ask for that. So I'm just wondering what other people who have gone through this, how they decided to handle this sort of situation. How did you go about telling your truth? And how do you tell your truth in a way that honors you? And I think the reason why I'm addressing it now so much is because I'm getting older. And if I want to have kids, and especially if I want to have girls, like I don't want to still be in that space and place and in that situation and just even having to deal with it, you know? And so next year I'm planning to go to the US and I'm planning to like confront a lot of things because my sister passed away. Like I've just I fled the country because I was needing to save my own self and my own life. And when I say all of this is not a dig to my family member, because it's really sad that she also was put in that situation of having to deal and having to handle. That's not her. Like, I don't wish that upon anyone either. Do you know? There's sympathy there. But there's also so many other aspects of it when you're a child and you're like denied a voice. It's pretty much been like a lifelong battle for me. So it's been a journey, but I appreciate spaces like this where I feel like if I talk about it on social media, and I just felt like, I don't know, like, I just felt like TikTok was the space and the place to talk about it, and it felt right, and it just felt accepted in this community. And so if you've ever been that person, I just want to hear from you. I want to know that you're okay. I want to ask you what sort of work you've done for yourself to get better. Like, what sorts of things are you doing to make sure that you heal? And I'm so happy that I'm getting to a place where I'm healing, so that then I have the heart and the courage to go heal somebody else, that next person. And not only that, but my aunt as well, you know? So this has not been an easy journey, and I hope that I'm not annihilated on this platform. But I do just, I don't know, like, I love you all and thank you. And if you've ever been that person who's been silenced, like, so much love to you, and you're an amazing person. And don't let anybody, not don't let anybody, because that's easier said than done, but wait, I'm gonna, to be, like, I just don't want people to be rude, because this happens to people where they've experienced some sort of, and then someone's told them that it hasn't happened, or that it's their fault, or like they've just completely silenced them. And this is something that I really honestly sometimes thought was only, or that it was really big in the African American community, where we just sweep things under the rug. But then, as I like have now lived in Europe for 10 years and I've traveled the world, it happens like it happens across the world, which makes it even more important to talk about, because a lot of people are going through this, but they're not allowed to say, or they're embarrassed, or they just feel like it's not something that they can even talk about. So for me, it was difficult, because I realized that my aunt was starting to feel this way that I initiated, or that it was my, like, I'm a part of the problem to blame. And I was saying before that I never should have been put in that situation as a kid at all, ever, especially when there's an adult.
Hey man, what's the best advice you can give someone that's in sales?
Switch to Monday CRM.
Oh, awesome, thanks.
Involved. But yeah, okay, I was saying that this happens around the world. And I was asking the people who have gone through something like this to start sharing their stories and to start talking about it, because I don't feel like we talk about it enough. And I have a lot of friends who have opened up to me, who told me that the same things, or that has happened to them. And I hate that we can bond about something like that, but at the same time, I'm so grateful that I can give them a space and a place that they also have a voice, because losing your voice about it is no fun. And so I wanted to know how you guys were, or how you handled it, or like how you dealt with it in your life. And I think I'm getting older. I'm ready to have kids soon. Like, I can't be going through this anymore. And so I essentially left the US in 2014.
Okay, because she's kind of just repeating the same thing. So basically what she was saying is, she didn't say the aunt, did she? Which aunt did she? Oh, I can't hear you.
That better?
Yeah. I can hear you.
No. So she did not. There were some comments saying, she's not gonna expose or put this out. But the comments watch everything.
Mm-hmm.
So upon reading, I've seen a few statements. Tamar is on the list. It says, people hate Tamar, but I believe her. Tony ain't never get hyped like this. that guilt eating her up. So I'm guessing Tony is the person that they're discussing. I went on to read, same thing I said, she ain't never been this tough, must be some truth. Then if we scroll over to the further down in the comments, it says, how is this considered Tamar's BS? All she wanted to do was provide a safe place for her niece, who was allegedly abused by the ex-husband of her sister sitting to her left, and her father, who happens to be their biological brother. It's not like the information wasn't already out there. So why send a cease and desist unless you're trying to cover up any race? And apparently, a lot of them is panicking that this topic is being brought up. And sometimes when people panic, it's because, well, you're guilty.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, the aunt probably shut her out all these years because she knew it was true. You know what I'm saying? And she probably still chose to be with that man.
And I believe that's the reason why she wanted to bring up the conversation about black folks because, she, as she stated before, these types of things get tossed out, and now we're just watching that happen before our eyes on national
Mhm.
television.
Yeah.
Somebody else in the comments also said that Tony doesn't want negativity shining over the family. Tamar does that enough for the whole bunch, but I definitely believe it's because who goes this hard for a situation that isn't true and make all of y'all look horrible.
And the thing is, when you know you're in the public eye and you have things like that within your family, why not deal with them? So that way it doesn't have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should have addressed it. And then these things don't come out in the public eye. You don't know what somebody's target or when somebody's target is going to kick in.
I really feel like Tamar specifically only responds to things that gets under her skin because she know they're true. Just like recently in the media when she had the whole back and forth with T.S. Madison and Craig the writer
Mhm.
about some things that were said on the show. But we all know that the TV show Fag Talk is where people give their opinions and things like this. And now this is another example of somebody going on the internet, and not only you, but then your siblings are acting the same way that you normally do in the media. It's like it's a trend. So we just gonna say alleged. We don't want to really confirm anything ourselves, but you guys heard the story time out of her mouth. So now we just got to connect the dots.
Right. So what's the next one that you sent me? Is this she giving more detail or?
Yeah, so this was about something that was actually in one of the comments that I just read. So now I'm guessing this is like a panel out of what happened when they all had a gathering. It's a lot of drama. So it says, "Oops, Tamar and Tony Braxton goes edit after Tamar claims she was sent a cease and desist for inviting their niece Ashley on her podcast to discuss alleged abuse from her father and uncle. Tamar says Tony actually wanted the niece to appear on their TV show. Don't you effing go there, Tamar." So that's, I'm guessing, is the release of all the drama.
Wow. Okay. Oh, I thought, is this a video?
It's a
Oh,
few slides, yeah,
okay, okay.
few slides of videos. And while we waiting on her, let's go back to the comments because I know the comments be messy. It says, "I'm noticing a trend with this new era of Braxton's. Last season, the use was Tracy as a storyline, but now this season they're starting to use their nieces as a storyline." So
Mm.
My niece Ashley, who we love very much, posted her videos on social media with some accusations about her family. My family was a little surprised.
Well, there was a lot going on the internet.
Tamar announced that she would be interviewing our niece Ashley on Tamar's podcast. I didn't think it was a good idea.
I am getting Ashley here. You're not going to make me feel bad about that. I wanted her to come to a safe place to tell her story.
And all of this happened right before we started shooting season 2 of The Braxtons.
Next thing I know, y'all tried to shut down my entire business.
Say y'all.
Sending a cease and desist is shutting down my business. Hello. Well, hi. We have had a series.
That was all of it, right?
let me see.
Or
Guess
what?
it's continuing as you swipe over.
Hold on. My niece
No,
Ashley,
I'm
who we
good.
love very
No.
much,
'Cause if
posted
you
her
continue to
videos on
scroll, it's 2 parts, I believe. If it's not 2 parts, everything
Oh,
else
okay,
is
wait.
basically what we played.
I got a cease and desist before Ashley was on my podcast. I didn't even say anything. I was not involved in any way, shape, or form of sending a cease and desist letter. My name was nowhere on it. Nobody wanted to come to my defense. So you're gonna sit there and say, Tony Braxton?
Tony Braxton, I got you on
Tony
the phone.
Braxton. No. Tony Braxton ain't never had your back. I got Tony Braxton. I want to know record.
I want to be
You want to say I don't have your back?
You didn't have my back when it.
With a heavyweight, don't put me, Tamar. Don't with Tony Braxton.
And then when Tony said we need to have her on the show,
I told you we need to have Ashley on the show. I never say that.
Yes, you
I
did.
never said that. She's
swear
lying.
my mother. Don't swear your mother.
I said just show us the chiseling circuit, and we shouldn't do it.
You said have her on the Braxton
This is
show.
not the forum.
You said that.
This is not the forum.
You said that.
Don't you go there.
Don't you?
Exhibit B.
The cease and desist.
I got a cease and desist.
Okay, so I want
And
to
it's
tell a
not
story
fair.
today, and that story.
The comments is all over the place, and I feel like they bringing up some very valid facts. It says growing up is realizing that Tawana has always been the problem. They only blame Tamar because of her delivery, but Tamar has always been valid. And I can kind of see that within Tamar. We do see a lot of episodes of whatever TV show they're on or whatever platform Tamar goes over to of her cutting up. And a lot of times it really don't be what Tamar is saying. It's how she's pushing it out and how she's getting it across. But the fact that she receives a cease and desist before the niece even go, it's like they knew, like, yeah, we already
They
know
knew
what she
what
up
was
to.
going to be said,
Mhm.
and they want to continue to hush her up. But
Right.
wouldn't you rather it be on your family podcast than some? Because somebody's all now what's going to happen, and I put money on this. Tasha K's all over this. Tasha K, somebody
You know
else.
she is.
I
If anybody
guarantee
is on it,
Tasha
it's gonna
K
be
is all
Tasha
over
K.
it.
Yes, and she gonna have some
Mhm.
fact that because you know the she real mess, she gonna have all of the facts. Yes, and I'm pretty sure it's a few people following this because this is kind of like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of a case like this with celebrities. I mean, we know celebrities go through stuff as well, but for it to be this public and this bad with everybody incriminating themselves, like it's like Tamar wasn't around and Denise wasn't around, but then all the rest of the sisters sat in the living room and had a conversation about it.
Yeah,
And so now when we get the forefront of what's going on and Tamar enters, because y'all didn't had a living room conversation beforehand without me and no one told me, now it's gonna look like that y'all all are attacking me, which y'all are because y'all agreed to the same thing. So it's no matter what I say, y'all all gonna have a half man, and that's kind of messed up.
the thing is, and this happens a lot. Like you said, there probably was conversation of them sitting around in the living room, and I like Tamar is so adamant in telling. Was that Tony she was talking to?
Yes, I believe, yes.
Okay, telling Tony that she said to bring her on the show. But I guarantee you that sister whose husband it was sitting at that table. So now Tony wants to downplay it. And she's going, leaving Tamar out the hang. You get what I'm trying to say?
It's
That happens a
ridiculous.
lot.
I don't see what the issue was. I mean, you can't really call Tamar out or have a cease and desist sent to her job or her place of business when your niece was already on the internet putting this out of there. So
Yeah,
you
she
can't
was.
necessarily hold Tamar at fault. Tamar, in all actual reality, really tried to help y'all family's reputation. Because at least it took a auntie to be like, okay, well, since you feel a heavyweight and obviously this must be serious, let's just go ahead, put it on the table. You already didn't put it on the internet. Let's just clean it up a little bit and making it look better by, actually trying to get you some help or letting you vent the way you actually want to vent. And then the rest of the sisters came in and see now it's like, okay, something fishy going on.
Yeah. It's like, no, we're not doing this. You can't do this to the family. That's what it is. That's
Yeah,
exactly
this
how it always goes.
Oh wow! It says Tamar is not wrong in the case. Actually, they also have to drop this God complex they give Tony.
Mm,
The comments is really eating the whole family up.
well, okay. What's our next story?
We can either go into a Zeus Network combo, or we can talk about have a quick moral conversation about this streamer Aries, who's allegedly been all over the internet mistreating his family.
Is this it? Y'all feel her? Aries says she's giving money. Is it? Nah,
Let me
that's
see.
Pandora's box.
Yeah.
So, Aries, where is that? Oh, here it is.
If not, we also still have something about
Oh, I still
everybody's
have
favorite
Raw.
Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Oh yeah, I want to. I want to touch on that.
Oh,
Send me home.
I'm leaving you here. Relax. Damn. Relax. It's one night. Relax then.
I'm relaxing.
All right, stop talking.
Aries, I'm not about to stop talking because Aries
What do you mean? If I said stop talking, you on my screen. You fucking my shit up. Is you not? You hear what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying?
I'm not messing with you. Don't even ask me.
Damn. Stop, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Stop. Stop. I don't care. How could you care?
Aries, if you would shut your fucking mouth.
All right, so find somewhere to live then. Since you want to talk to me like that,
I'm not living here. I don't live with
find
you.
somewhere to stay then.
Listen
Find somewhere to stay. I ain't sending you nowhere. Damn.
I don't have time for no fake ass. You're fake. Fake for who? I'm trying to tell your silly ass.
I don't care.
I don't care either.
I don't
Send
care.
me home.
You fucking up my shit.
What shit?
Nigga, my stream. What the fuck are you talking about?
With or without me. Send me home.
You're not going nowhere. That's the problem. You gonna buy a ticket? No. So what are you talking about? You're not buying nothing.
Well, that's why I tell you.
Okay, so just
shut
relax.
your mouth. I don't care how much money you got, nigga.
It doesn't matter.
I'm still
That's
your
not the
fucking
problem.
mama.
Okay,
I don't care about that.
And you ain't stopped.
No, you stop.
Stop what?
Shut
Stop
up.
what?
Oh my God. Y'all the most disrespectful ass generation I ever seen in my life.
I'm asking you to stop for my stuff.
I don't care what you do.
Exactly.
Aries.
You don't give a fuck.
I don't.
Obviously.
What am I supposed to do? This your life.
Exactly.
You're streaming so you can get your fucking money back
Stop.
from freaking paying for a trip here.
Exactly. So stop. The fuck is you talking about? Stop.
So, as I further investigated who he is, because he really is not, he's not your, I don't know, he's a streamer. I don't know what category to place him in. He's also
He's
a
a TV
reject from,
streamer.
yeah, he's a reject from Kai Cenat's Streamer University. He did get accepted into there, but also while finding that out all over the internet, this is not just this one-time situation. And, you know, I was kind of going to go 50-50 when I first seen the video. Not 50-50 with the way he was talking to his mother, because that is outrageous. You should not
Yeah,
be talking to your parents like that in front of nobody, not the driver, not your security, not your friends, and definitely not a
and
room full
definitely
of people
not a
who you don't
stream.
know.
Yeah.
And people will catch you on the streets about that, how you treat your mama. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, the mama is right. You're very fake. I watched another video where he was in a house when they were on the boat actually, and he was just bringing up how much he paid for certain things, and it was just like, if you do something for somebody, you're not supposed to bring it up. I mean, if you're gonna do
Yeah,
something, do it out the kindness of your heart. But unless they just doing you dirty and showing you they're ungrateful, going through a list of receipts does what for you? And this is like big headedness and that ego that exists when certain people level up. Just remember, no matter how high you get, you can always fall back down.
that's why you gotta humble yourself. And he
Hmm.
telling her she could go and all of that, and she said send her home, and he talking about you ain't going nowhere. You ain't. How you gonna pay for your ticket? Like, come on, that's crazy. That was very
Yeah, I
disrespectful.
wanted to bring it
Very
up because
embarrassing
it's.
for her too.
I know she hurt. It really, the hollering came from a place of hurt. It's just like,
He was talking to her like he was talking to a woman he sleep with her or something.
no, bricks or no bricks. My mom would have told me to stop talking. I would have went right back to work. Okay, you got it. I'm not arguing with my OG.
My mom
No,
wouldn't have
because
been that close to me talking to her like that.
he would have. Man, are you? And I'm 6'6", and my mom is a tiny lady, and she don't care about none of that. I'm not arguing with her. You got it, mama. You got it. I don't know what's wrong with him. It's I've seen a couple of videos about him. I really don't like his personality. He's an okay looking guy. He's cool. I guess his stream is all right, but it seems like he does a lot of stuff for attention, and I'm gonna have to put him in my box of clickbait. For an example, he was fishing out DDG. I don't know what his issue is with DDG, but I guess because DDG happens to be a punching bag for most folks due to his presence on the internet and his relationship with the recent star
Halle
Ariel,
Berry.
aka yeah.
Yeah.
He do a lot of weirdo stuff
Yeah.
for the camera, folks. And then that's kind of
And
weird to me.
it could also be too because he didn't get accepted into the Kai Cenat
No, and I feel like
University.
he's trying to find his way to stay relevant.
He did though.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I feel like it would have been worse. Because let's say he would have got switched out for DDG. Our baby Cal would have sent him home.
Yeah.
You would have said you would have got sent home. Your morals don't add up to the morals Cal have. Well, from what we've seen so far, it don't match up. Like it don't historic. I don't know. I just see some of the things that he do. He's not a face for TV.
Mm-mm. Wow. Okay. We're gonna touch on Jocelyn next.
You know what? I'm gonna let you take the lead with this because I don't. Don't get me wrong. I love me some Jocelyn, but I never actually got a chance to tune all the way into the cabaret. And the part that I
Oh,
did
I
see,
be
honey, blew me
watching
out of
it.
the water.
I
Oh, do
just
you?
watched it last night. Yeah.
How is it?
I like the newer seasons versus the very first ones because she was a little bit much on the first ones. The way she's kind of. I'm gonna be honest. She's kind of going back to talking to those girls in the way she was in the beginning too.
I am witnessing Rashida.
Oh God.
And Yandy. Because I commented on something I saw earlier.
Rashida Kirk, they say they were like the king and queen or something like that.
No, fuck that. They could have that. Bitch, big queen of the motherfucking chicken spot hoe. I don't care. No, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. No, that they're going back and forth at each other that way in the sense of like, we're two grown women and we're sitting up here disrespecting us because we got two dolls out the leech.
And they were good friends. That's what was
That's the whole thing.
That's what's
That's
really
the whole
crazy.
thing. The fact that it has come to this is just like
it's
so disheartening to witness.
Thrown by it. I'm like, wasn't they cool?
Yeah, I'm really like you know what I want? I want Rashida to retire from Love and Hip Hop. Mm-hmm. Like I want Rashida to retire from Love and Hip Hop, and I also want Yana to retire from Love and Hip Hop.
They both have been on from like the beginning.
You know what? They can actually come get me to produce a nice, clean show with young, fresh meat that are entertaining.
No,
and
for
different
real.
things. Because it's like, come on, you. It's like it's time for elevation. You can't keep being the same dead dog. I cannot believe that I am witnessing Rashida.
Oh God.
And Yandy. Because I commented on something I saw earlier.
Rashida Kirk, they say they were like the king and queen or something.
Oh, okay, I already said that part.
Do you want to go first?
I kind of understand what she's saying about, elevating, you know what I'm saying? I think that, both of their time is up on Love and Hip Hop and they should move to something, something different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she said, kind of produce a show and bring some new fresh meat in. Whatever the concept would be, it makes sense. What?
Because I'm okay. So this one I'm definitely gonna have to be 50-50 with because I kind of do feel like it's calling the pot is calling the kettle black just for a little bit, not majorly. Jocelyn has made major progress personality wise and how she carries herself, but fragments of who she used to be still lingers. This comment by Barb says not really the same Jocelyn was in her mid-20s, and that situation only lasted 3 to 4 seasons. Yandy and Rashida has been on Love and Hip Hop longer than Jocelyn, and they are still there in their 40s, whining to the world about issues in their marriage 10 or 12 years later. Now, I do agree, Connie, that Sponge is kind of getting, real soggy. You kind of need to squeeze it a little bit, but it's like Jocelyn, although you matured and some of that stuff is, suppressed, it's like, let's talk about how you treat these girls on this TV show. It's like
Yeah.
you're still Jocelyn from Love and Hip Hop, but you really only pop out when you in your office.
Now the first season, and I say the first and the second season of Jocelyn's Cabaret was terrible. It was almost like a pimp and a hoe type of relationship. The way that she was talking to and treating those girls, that's how it was. Now, I think where she kind of slowed down is after that incident. You remember that fight at the Mayweather fight when they all went to Beef Network, went to the Mayweather fight?
Mm-hmm.
Got into it with one of the girls that was on her first season. What is her name? Big Lex.
Right. Oh my God,
And,
right. She did
and I
something.
believe Big Lex was suing her and some more stuff, or suing Zeus, somewhere around in there. She kind of, hey Tony, she kind of, chilled it out a little bit, but coming back, because I just watched it last night, and the way she be talking to them girls, I'm like, I'll be like, listen here, I don't give a fuck about this Zeus check, bitch. You not finna talk to me like that, and I'm out
And
of here.
then and that's another thing. And then it's like kind of have morals in the middle of your show of slandering and downing people. Like the one scene when she was talking to the young ladies, and one of the girls wants to talk about a miscarriage she had. You know how they always have a scene where the girls get emotional so they can tie it back into reality. The girl behind her was like, damn, multiple hum. And then
Big
Jocelyn,
Lex.
and that is the situation. But it's like
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like, Jocelyn, how can you step in and do everything that you did? But according to you, you have said some of the dirtiest, down lowest, darkest things to these girls. So it makes you a hypocrite. So when it comes to the Big Lex and her situation, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
hold on.
Do you remember the season? You remember Raven? Did you see
No.
when she grabbed this girl by her neck and slammed her on the concrete? And this is why I be looking at Zeus like, why do y'all allow certain things like that to, like, you should not have people coming onto your network where they're literally getting injured. Motherfuckers should not be walking out in arm braces and getting chased down with the pow-pows and all of that stuff. Like, that's just too much.
You know what? I would have put one of them. Don't let me call Portia on her. I would have said, "Don't make me call Amber Rose," because she got whooped. You know what? I ain't even gonna say she got whooped because that'd be totally wrong.
And they
The
hid
camera
that
cut,
video.
but
Oh my
it
god!
came up.
I searched for that video. They hid that video for so
I'm
long.
not gonna lie. Had it been outside, it would have probably been a tie eventually if she would have came to. But Amber probably would have probably handed her a nice one.
I think Amber got in that ass. I'm sorry, and I think that's
I
the
know. I
reason why
believe
they
she
did.
did too. I seen it. I think it's. I wanted to see more. I don't like. I want to see uncut version. There was
Yeah,
one video where somebody in that room filmed it because I got a video. Well, the video I seen was from a different angle. So somebody in that room was recording on the low, but production didn't know about it because
you
that's
know,
that's the video I seen.
Ray J was on that season. I could see him recording
You
it.
know, I wanted to put a story in here about Ray J, but
Nah, I seen it. I was watching it, and I think it's
wait,
bullshit.
you know what I'm talking about?
I do, and it's bullshit. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because this is what I do. I watch
Mhm.
YouTube. I'm from YouTuber to YouTuber to YouTuber, and so on. I was like, wait a minute, let me click on this. What they were saying, it's added on. That's some edit. I seen the video. Don't get me wrong. When he was on Kai Cenat's live, right?
Oh, uh-huh.
I don't know. I think because I didn't watch it fully, but I do believe he drank something and then he got, and
We're
he
not
was
gonna
trying to
go into
walk
the
it
full
off.
thing,
He
but
was trying to walk it off, but the part where it's like, dude was asleep and this is what happened and he woke up and
and you're,
then that's some bullshit. I'm sorry.
you know,
And the date that they're saying he wasn't on the stream with Kai Cenat after that. He was on stream with Krishan.
I don't.
To pull him up.
I don't like it at all. I just Kai is my age. When I think about Kai, I applaud him because it's like you didn't made it so far. You didn't did all of this. What you're doing is phenomenal, but I feel like eventually somewhere down the line, that's kind of going to get misconstrued if we keep having Ray J moments. He does not need another Ray J moment. And I'm not saying nothing bad about Ray J because I really don't honestly care for his persona, his character, or his presence on anything. But at the same time, I kind of thought it was like a mentorship thing. You got all of these kids in here. One of these children are 16 years old, and the rest of them are younger than us. You don't need that type of energy. And then you had, I forgot his name, he went on this camera and spoke to chat and spoke to him. So the fact that you have that being said in a camera in your crib, not to mention you have a custody of a 16-year-old child that's not 17 yet, or you have a custody of a 17-year-old that's not 18, and Toda is still 2021.
Mm-hmm. Now,
My problem is Ray, huh?
Whose kid is that?
Rakai, I don't remember who he belongs to or his background story. I know that he was a streamer. He got invited to streaming university, and Kai Cenat ends up getting parental guardianship over him. Yeah, which is I would know. I'm not giving my child to a 23-year-old. I don't care if you're rich.
See, this is another rabbit hole for later. But what I was gonna say, that's what usually happens. These
We can say
parents, they hand their kids over to these people because they got a known name or they got money, and then bam, here they come with a story. It's your effing fault.
Ladies and gentlemen, doesn't this sound like the story that we just covered last week with the 13, 15-year-old and that rapper?
Yes, yeah.
Doesn't that sound so familiar? It's a blood contract. Let's see what else we got on the list.
The whole thing with what was that, Nickelodeon, all of that stuff, when all of that stuff came out.
Man, oh my God, you know about that too?
I was covering it.
I should have covered it. I think I only did one little story on it, and it was like for my podcast or something. The only thing I think I have left in my chamber regarding today is we still have two big topics. We still got the Natalie Nunn topic that I sent you last minute, and we also still have the topic with. I don't think that's something you want to discuss on here. That conversation is going to go into morals. So, I guess if you want to go into the Natalie Nunn thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I got so much good stuff. Like I had wall full of stuff. So I was like, hold on, no, I got so much. Some of this stuff is still saved from, man, I be having it. And you know what? The neighborhood talk be on it. I'm starting to think they better do TMZ.
I told you. TMZ, neighborhood talk, those is the one. And then go on Twitter.
Oh yeah, Twitter news feed in general is just messy.
So wait, is this a video or no?
It was. Hold on, what you clicking on? Hold on, let me see. Hold on.
Oh, okay, I see.
You got it?
Fuck Natalie Nunn. So, fuck DTB. Fuck DTB. Get up. Everywhere we go. She calling you out. Get the fuck out, bitch. She calling it. Get it. Get it.
Let me go on over to the comments tab because you know they get started early over there.
I'm gonna say this: when she threw whatever it was, the mic, there was no reason for DTB to not be ready to just on. She should have never got. Once she threw that mic, she should have never got over that couch or whatever to get to her. DTB should have already been on her ass.
So almost got in. I wanted to get into it with somebody in the comments. But I didn't take it there because I had read a comment by somebody named Lex the Big Flexer. I love DTB down, but it makes sense. Natalie's fed up. How you on someone else's platform trying to run a hate train on them, my girl? You more worried about me running a hate train on somebody else's platform, but we're not going to talk about the person's platform. It is dogging, underplaying us, playing us against each other, and not really being an actual host. Because you're
Doing
more in
the
the
things
streets
that
and
she
fighting
doing.
than we are.
She does little things, puts the girls against each other to storyboard her show. That's number one. She laughs and grins in their face like they're cool. And she's, doing the little sneaky stuff, just like the Big Lex and Scotty situation. It's alleged that she basically paid Big Lex to basically fight Scotty. That's why Big Lex has been fucking with Scotty all season.
You know.
But my thing
Um,
is this: it's either you're gonna be a producer or you're a cast member. It's
yeah, no
okay
in
to be
between.
on the show, but be on the show and be a producer. Don't be on the show in the mix with the ladies, and then when somebody comes at you, you feel disrespected. No, baby, you can't have it both ways because nobody doesn't have to take your disrespect.
So, Rolly, this is like evidence you should be putting this out file folders and carrying to your board meetings with your new BBL so you can
Rolly ain't no better.
have
Have
a
you watched
conversation.
this? I just watched. Did you watch it last night? Did you watch it?
I didn't get a chance to. I'm gonna watch it tonight. It's not okay. So multiple people have agreed with the things that I've seen because I know a whole network of people. So when we talk about biddies, I'm gonna go pull through a network of folks. The viewers that I talk to that watch it, they feel like Rolly should, but it's not that we're ignoring what Rolly do and only calling out what Natalie do. It's just we really do feel like Rolly boss up. You coming into a different responsibility for one. Number two is just the stakes are different, and when the stakes are different and then behind the door conversations happen, you don't know what somebody could snap to. It's different. You got to think about it. Natalie has been doing this for how long? There's no telling how many back behind the stage or productions Natalie has been. So it's just she's doing lazy work, is what I'm saying. Even though Rolly is doing what she's doing, I feel like we're not
Hold
gonna get
on.
lazy work.
I
And
got
even if
I
we
got to
get
argue
lazy
with you on
work,
that. Being
she
an
should.
executive producer is not lazy work. I'm sorry, it's not. It's very stressful. And then she's dealing with females. You're dealing with, and as many cast members as they have on that show, I know she has to be. These have to, and I'm trying to keep from calling them out their name because it's like I keep having flashbacks of what I had to deal with. These hoes don't listen half the time. It's a lot. They wanna tell you what to do, how to run your show, and she goes through a lot of
And
that.
I can understand that. And see, this is why I'm going to have to separate you from Natalie because you're not Natalie. You actually have high hopes for people. You are
But when you're
actually
talking
doing your
about
job to help
somebody
folks. And we
coming
don't want to
in,
ignore Natalie going. We don't want to ignore what Natalie go through. Is a producer. But my thing is, how can you be around here saying you're helping people when you're also part? You're not causing mess, but whoever your cast members is or whoever you casted. Not to mention Natalie's also part of who gets pulled into this. So you're paying attention to each girl that's coming. You're single-handedly selecting your problems. That's what I'm saying. You're selecting your problems. So it's like, how much is Natalie really going through when she is in control of everything that's happening around her?
yeah, but when you have auditions and stuff, and they can show you one thing at auditions, but once they get on that platform, it's something totally different. I don't think Natalie probably would have thought any cast member would have came up and slapped the shit out of her. Et was the first. No, Rolly was the first person to put her hands on her.
You got yourself into show business. You knew what this was going to give, not to mention you're also alumni from Bad Girls Club. Baby, you needed to be strategic. And instead of being strategic and actually prepping yourself for this, and I'm not saying that she didn't prep for this, it's a new age in time. Production is a huge job, and especially when drama and fighting is what's selling on your network at the time. You have to be prepared for anything. And I'm not gonna lie, through observation, through some of the reunions that I have seen and things that Natalie has said and done, I really just don't feel like she's equipped to it. You just all it don't I don't really feel like she keeps up with those girls. At least with Miss Londa, I can be like, okay, well, she was on it. Well, she knew about this situation, or she tried to. I can observe you and say that I can see those things. But when it comes to Natalie, Guys, no, like, no, show that you actually care. Get these girls together. There's no way there should be at least 6 fights before you get on the bus to go handle your business. Let
Yeah.
the show be the show, but at least in Bad Girls Club, there was order to it. They fought, but the bus, we got videos to shoot. The bus, we got to be down here, even with the Bobby Light show. And those are grown men, so there ain't nobody finna step in between that. Because you got bulls out there fighting. Even on the Bobby Light show, they're out there clean. But you see them in the studio. You see them filming their videos. You see work being done. But with Natalie, no. And I'm
But
not over the
you
fact that
can't put it all on Natalie neither, because Natalie is not the only one that's in charge of that show. Lemmy
right.
is also in charge of that show.
Then that's I don't know. I ain't even had too many times. I ain't even gonna get into that part of it because I don't have too many conversations about that.
But going back to Rolly, I wouldn't say that. I would say, hey, allow her to step into her shoes, because like I say, when you put work into something, you earn that. I would say give her own show, but Rolly is a bully herself. She does the same thing as far as storyboarding. That fight she instigated last night about some damn noodles being thrown on somebody, that was about 5 episodes ago, just to make them fight. Yeah, that was just stupid. It was bullshit. It's just all stupid to me. So she's not no better. That's what I'm trying to say. She's not no better. And then you
disagree. I ain't gonna disagree.
And you fight on these little ass girls. That to me is so weak, and yeah.
I just feel like everything needs to be rewritten, even if she stays and I don't feel like it don't matter who in charge at this point. I just feel like the show needs a bit more organization. At least if storylines don't get created, make the storylines make sense.
You know what I would have did if I was Natalie? I would have kind of like stayed behind the scenes and produced. That way people don't really get to see what the left hand is doing with the right hand. That's one.
That's the point I'm trying to get at.
If I would have been on the show at all, it would only be to host something. Like, hey, this is what we're doing today. This is how it's going until the next thing that I needed to come and host. But being on the show fully and interacting with them, I wouldn't do that.
That's what I'm getting at. I feel like it's sloppy work. You're their boss. You're not their fucking friends. Excuse my French. You're not their friends. They work for you. Those are your employees. And I'm not saying ignore that. I'm not saying dehumanize them because they're working for you. But you didn't got too much of your own personal relationships with too many people. And see, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, right. Yes. That's
because now they're viewing you as that you're the same as them.
You're the equal now. Because girl, you out here.
Yeah.
You fighting us. So it's like
you start shit with us.
Right. You're giving the girls time to conversate and be like, no, I'm not as a boss. I'm not gonna let you one up me. I'm gonna always been 10 steps because I'm watching. I'm observing. Instead of interacting with you and trying to remember my lines and what I've said to other people throughout the show, I'm gonna be at home or I'm gonna be in my office or somewhere hidden and I'm gonna be documented. And I am gonna randomly come out. I'm gonna randomly come out when it gets too far. I'm gonna randomly come out if I see y'all not doing what y'all really supposed to be doing. Y'all just focus on running fades. I'm gonna tell yes, direct. I want to see Natalie direct. You're directing, being involved, and getting lost in the sauce, and you're becoming a bit. Nah, baby, oxygen. Your time on oxygen is over. That's what I'm saying. But as a matter of fact, let me pull a Jocelyn Hernandez. Yes, I feel like it's old, it's age. No.
Yeah, but you know what's
66.
funny though? When she was on oxygen, Natalie wasn't how she is now. She was a punk.
She was the other side of her. She on the black part now, girl. But
yeah, she
was
real
on
ghetto now.
And no, I just go back in the house. I don't want to like
the
that. When she was sitting in the front
house.
and that girl came out the house, she was like, "Yeah," it was like, "No, sit back down, Natalie. You was just on front of these steps talking all about. They heard you, girl. Why you trying to deny?" Yes, Natalie was totally different. So it's just like to see her on here. It's like I know Natalie. No, girl, who you? I don't know. I don't want her show ripped away from her. Because it's amazing. You're the only one of your cast members who broke off and we don't know what's going on with anybody else. The only other person we have heard from is Tommy.
Is who?
Tommy.
Oh,
Oh no, I take that back. I just lied. I lied. Tommy ain't the only person. She brought somebody else back and had to run a fade with her too, but I don't remember the girl's
Sarah,
name.
Sarah, the white girl.
No, it's been a few Bad Girl Club members on there now. It's so many.
Christina. That's the only other person besides Sarah. Christina on the first season of Baddies. It was Baddies Atlanta. Tanisha was on there. Seven,
Right.
Christina, and it was another Janelle or
What does
something like
Christina
that.
look?
She looks. She could be Puerto Rican, maybe.
No. I need to go back. I need to maybe if I describe it, you will
The
know.
one that had Sydney Starr on it.
No, that's not her. It was a scene to where they was all in this one big building. And I guess they was getting ready for photo shoots and they was taking pictures or doing something like that. But while the other girls was waiting on their turns, you had people sitting over here and eating. Natalie came up through the back, and one of the old Bad Girls cast members was there too. And once they seen each other in the hallway, they ran the fade immediately.
Camila.
Yes,
That was on
yes,
Baddies
yes, yes,
Caribbean. Baddies Caribbean.
yes. Oh,
Camila.
baby, that was a fight.
Yeah.
That was a fight.
I felt like, because we all know that Camila was getting it in on the Bad Girls Club. She was getting it in. She was getting it in. And she came on on the Baddies Caribbean. She had just had a baby. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like, no, I just didn't feel it was fair. I don't give a fuck. I want them to go again because I know she could whoop Natalie. I know she
I know.
could.
I'm just proud of the fact that she wasn't scared, and I did just have a baby girl, and I'm still finna give you that work. I don't care win, lose, or. And I feel like certain people get to have that. I feel like only certain girls get to have the phrase win, lose, or draw. Like
Yeah.
Tasiki, she's gonna be one of the girls who get the win, lose, or draw phase.
Win, lose, or
Eventually
draw.
down her time.
You mean win
Girl,
or
win,
win?
win, win. Right, because
I wouldn't fight that
ain't
bitch in
ducking
the dark
nobody.
alley. I wouldn't.
Girl,
I swear
I
to
would have
God,
flipped
I
the nickel and
wouldn't.
run from her. On my mama, I wouldn't blink. I can't.
Mm-mm. And I take that back. Who did I say was the first person that slapped Natalie? Rolly? No, it wasn't Rolly. It
Broly.
was Krishan.
Oh
On
my
the
God,
bus.
Krishan next up.
On the bus. And Natalie was so mad. And she was scared of Krishan, so she took it out on her best friend, started whooping on her best friend.
Girl, no. That is a train. That's a domino effect. That's girl, no. I just feel like, girl, deep down inside, I don't care how pretty you are, how big your body is, or what business you want to promote. Do not go on a show full of people that you know is going to be fighting and you can't fight. At least go to practice before this. Like, girl.
The thing, and see, I'm waiting to see the full reunion because this was just a clip.
Uh-huh.
Because DTB trained with what's the boxer's name that's messing with Papoose right now? Remy's husband. What is her name? It starts
I know who you're talking about.
What's her name?
I
Carissa
can't think of
Shields.
it. Mm-hmm.
She was just training with her. So, girl, what happened? I know Clarissa's looking like, damn, I wasted my time. This is what you did. So that's why I just want to see the full.
It was paid for. I'm definitely wanted to see it too. I'm trying to tune in now, but even if I can't tune in, I still got my sources who gonna tell me word for word because
I'm gonna tell you because I just renewed my subscription last night. So they got one more episode, and then they're gonna drop a trailer. Then they're gonna drop the super trailer, and then we're gonna see the first part of the reunion. It's probably gonna be 2 or 3 parts, but yeah, that's how it's gonna go.
You know what? My uncle has an account. I'm gonna use his because I gotta watch this. I need to be able to come in here and give you. Yeah,
So
I need to be able to talk about this.
so that you can kind of see the history, what's going on with Natalie and DTB. It is like little sly stuff. I give her that. But also when it comes to DTB she chases the clout. She always looks for those viral moments.
Well, I had told you that's how I felt.
Getting a tooth knocked out or getting the Mario coins knocked out of her head, she's going to do that. She is.
That one reunion where didn't they trying to get her up out the building?
DTB?
After when she ran that fade, then they walk her outside somewhere.
They might have walked her to the back to nurse her up or something.
She definitely do be looking for the little clout. And Paul, baby, that's starting to get dangerous, girl. I'm starting to think you ain't got no line and no nothing in you. You getting rocked around like a baby doll.
Yeah, you see how she was laughing when Natalie was on the mic. This is a joke to DTB. This is all about TV.
That's why she was sitting there. She don't care.
Yeah, but girl, you gotta stop. You gotta stop.
She want her little mark. This ain't you gonna receive a mark. You ain't gonna make no mark, girl. You gonna get girl by 2080. They'll be laughing at you. Oh, she thought she was hard. Not.
Yeah.
I miss.
Exactly. Alrighty, so that's gonna bring us to an end. We're gonna do a show tomorrow, but it's gonna be about the pros and cons, the do's and don'ts in business. If you would like to join, you're more than welcome.
Okay, period.
Okay. So yeah, that's gonna bring our show to an end, you guys. Until next time, have a good night.
Sipping tea, steamy, kettle gone wild. Dropping truth bombs, touch our style. Gossip sharper than a barbershop blade. Box of secrets that century made. All up in the business, airing the scroll. Confessions poured fast, out of control. Sipping talk sessions, yeah we unfold. Spilling deep piping as the stories get told. Drama brewed strong, ain't decaf, nah. Twisted tales hotter than grandma's